you are known as the happiest person. The science experiment was done to find your unit of happiness.
Yes, I was not so happy at the beginning of my life. Panic attacks that I'm experiencing when I was young. I feel anxiety, uncomfortable.
Mingyur Rinpoche is a world-renowned Tibetan Buddhist meditation master who transforms complex spiritual teachings into practical wisdom and also helps people to discover inner peace through meditation.
We trained a small AI model with your data and your voice. So we will chat with your AI version.
What is the self-luminosity of the mind?
The self-luminosity of the mind.
Wow.
Somebody just has 2 minutes to do meditation. What do they do?
Relax your body. Okay, now if you close your eyes, you can open your eyes and rest your mind for a few seconds.
This is incredible, I think. If Elon Musk calls you and says, please help me make this AI conscious.
So,
Hello and welcome to The Awakening Code with Vishal Gondal, a podcast where we explore AI, spirituality, and the unique human connection. And I'm really joyful and blessed today to have none other than Mingyur Rinpoche. Rinpoche truly embodies joy, and not only that, he's also known as the happiest person in the world. So I have a very unique connection with Rinpoche, and I met him first at the TED conference in Vancouver. He spoke right before Elon Musk, when Elon Musk talked about robotics, space, AI, and everything around it. But what resonated with me is Rinpoche's entire message of peace, happiness, and joyfulness. And I'm really happy to explore this unique experience he has with technology. So Rinpoche, once again, welcome to the show.
thank you. I'm very happy to be here.
I want to start by asking you that, while I know you are known as the happiest person, but were you always happy? Was happiness already present in you, or you had to discover happiness in your own life?
I was not so happy at the beginning of my life. So normally I discuss about the panic attacks that I'm experiencing when I was young. Not only that, actually I was very sensitive person, introvert. For example, like I was born in Nepal, right middle of the Himalayan mountain called Manasilo. So the village, there are 150 people. But if new people comes to my village, I feel anxiety, uncomfortable. So not so happy with to begin with that. But then later, I learned meditation from my father. The first, my teacher and my father. So sometimes I make joke. I just being born. Then there's my father and teacher. Buy one, get one free. So, and my father said, the state of happiness is with us all the time. So what we call basic innate goodness. So everybody has this basic innate goodness. The fundamental quality of our own mind has this awareness, love and compassion and wisdom. And this combination of these three together is the real happiness. So we need to discover that. So I discover. And everybody can discover that. So then, of course, surface level still up and down. Life is up and down, right? Sometimes happy, sometimes not so happy. But it doesn't affect the deeper level.
You also wrote this very, very acclaimed book, Joy of Living and Happiness. And everybody in this world is today trying to seek happiness. Somebody is using technology. Somebody is using meditation, somebody is using drugs. Everybody is in their search of happiness. But where can one truly find happiness?
So sometime I was thinking, what is the simplest thing that we can begin to have the real happiness, what I call innate happiness, right? If you drink coffee, you feel happy for 20 minutes, then go down. If you look at the smartphone, you feel a little bit happy, especially you got a lot of likes. But then after that, it's go down. Or even if we win the lottery, the happiness scientist says it's good for 2 years. But now, that was 10 years ago. Now they said few months only. So the deeper level satisfaction, contentment, joy cannot come by these material things. But of course, we don't say, we are not saying should not have material things. Of course, you can have phone, all these things as just tools to support your life. But the real happiness, I was thinking, how we can get? The simple one begin with the appreciation, gratitude. So when we appreciate about quality inside us, around us, about the world, then we begin to recognize slowly quality of the basic innate goodness within us. So when we begin to recognize this innate quality, then real happiness comes. For example, if you can help others, maybe help your friends, family, society, you do some social work. Then after that, what do you feel? You really feel like coming home. You really feel like satisfying. That hollowness, normally we have this hollowness or dissatisfaction, incompleteness, fear normally, with the love and compassion. Win the lottery, you feel very happy, but hollow still might be there. That cannot feel the hollowness. Drinking coffee, but it doesn't feel hollowness. Drugs also, all this. But what that can really feel the hollowness is when we connect with the love, compassion, awareness, wisdom. So another example, if we watch the boring breathing, so that is connected with awareness. The scientist said that can change the baseline. So that means the deeper level of happiness comes from, looks like boring and stupid, that watching breathing every day. If you compare with the winning lottery, we choose lottery, right? But winning lottery cannot change the baseline. Watching boring breathing can change baseline. Why? Because we are connecting with the awareness. So awareness is the fundamental quality of our true nature. So the more you connect with the fundamental quality, you feel real happy. And of course, the education, learning, connecting wisdom, of course, deeper level, happy and contentment. So these are the, I think, most important thing that we need to look at.
See, in this today's world, you are the richest person in the world, or you have more followers on social media, or you have more likes, or you have more comments or shares. There is a unit which people think is probably making you happy. But in your case, the science experiment was done to find your unit of happiness, and they actually measured it. So please tell me about how did they measure your happiness? How did the scientists do that? And how can everybody else also start measuring their own happiness?
So a few of us who meditate long time, and we fight each other. Who is the happiest, And say, no, I'm more happy. No, I'm more happy. I'm just kidding. So it's not like competition that few of us went in front of scientists and then judging you are happy or not. Not like that. So I participate scientific research from 2002. So mainly I went to University of Wisconsin in Madison. There's a doctor, the neuroscientist called Richard Davison. And also I went to Harvard, MIT, Berkeley, so different research centers. So I'm guinea pig. So they put me into the big machine called fMRI. especially in the medicine. So actually, I supposed to, in 2002, I supposed to go to the mission for 3 days. Morning 2 hours, afternoon maybe 3 hours. So I went there morning 2 hours, and MRI, in the machine, did a little bit EEG, and they were talking each other, something. And then they said, afternoon you don't need to come, so you have a holiday, half day off. I was very happy. The next day I continued, finished 3 days. 6 months later, and they said, actually, the first day, why I have that break, they thought the machine was malfunction, something wrong with the machine.
Something wrong with the machine, the
Yeah.
fMRI machine.
fMRI machine. Why? Because what they talk about the gamma wave in the brain, the gamma synchronization, meaning all the different part of brain is working together. So normally that gamma wave cannot last long, 4 or 5 seconds, not too long, what they say, only few seconds. And active is not so long. But when I meditate, all the gamma work together for even go beyond minutes. And it's so strong, through naked eye they can see. Normally they have to analyze all this in the computer for 6 months. So they thought maybe something wrong with the machine. So the present number goes to 700.
700.
Yeah. So normally it goes to the few, of course less than 100, but if you reach near 100, that means you're totally crazy. So that means you see, you hear, you hallucinate, you become totally crazy. But I'm not totally crazy. And then it's 700. So first they thought there's something wrong. But then later, not only me, there are many other long-term meditators. And they check with their brain. So the key point, what I learned participating with the science, is what we call freedom of your own mind. So normally, when you say, don't think about jawal dal, don't think about pizza, then we think about pizza.
Pizza. Yeah.
In the night, we want to sleep early. I need to sleep. I need to sleep. Sleep disappears. So our mind does the opposite. But through the meditation, we can make friends with our own mind. So we are become master of our own mind. So that is one of the key points for the real happiness.
So for an average person, how do they measure this? Is there any way to figure out? Because most people don't know whether they are happy. Whenever you ask anybody, are you happy? Somebody will say yes and somebody will say no. But most people don't know. So how do you know that you are happy?
So normally, as you said, it's difficult to know. Still, scientists are not finalized that they can measure for everybody's happiness. So it's still mystery. But in our meditative tradition, we talk about two happiness. The surface level of happiness and the deeper level of happiness. So the deeper level of happiness is that contentment, feeling of completeness, the hollowness gone, feeling of security, feeling of not lonely. So normally, what we call suffering is dukkha. In Sanskrit called dukkha.
Dukkha.
Dukkha meaning dissatisfaction or hollow. Like, what is the meaning of my life? What is this point? Or the sense of incompleteness, insecurity, loneliness, sometimes what we call background noise. And normally you don't know this deeper level. And that deeper level is very difficult to change. Win lottery doesn't change also, right? AI, working with that, difficult to change, I think. Fame, power, money, even marriage, they said, difficult to change. But two things have some effect. One is plastic surgery. Then every day, oh, my face is good, that little bit effect. Another one is salary. In your circle, like your family, your colleague, you are the number one. Then you feel really appreciate every day. It doesn't matter number, 70,000 or 70 million. That doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So that is like appreciating.
It's relative.
Relative, yes.
Fantastic. I think, your openness to science is what really fascinates me and everybody. And I remember that when you came to our house the first time, ChatGPT had just launched a few weeks back. And I had ChatGPT write a poem for you. Not just that, we then got the poem calligraphed by an artist on this very beautiful handmade paper, and we presented you. I want to know what was your reaction that time, because I read the poem to you and you thought that I had written the poem, but the poem actually came from AI.
Yeah, that was the really surprising moment for me because it just released 1 week, right?
1 week.
And I even don't know the name that time, the ChatGPT. So first I thought, wow, nice poem. And I thought you made it. And you said, no, it's in the app. And actually we made another app, kind of poem. It comes instantly, a few seconds. And then you ask about who is Mingyur Rinpoche. And all the description, right?
Yes.
Comes within a few
Instantly.
seconds. Instantly. So I was fascinated and really shocked. And now I have ChatGPT.
I think that's the best part, right? But we saw ChatGPT last time. I asked you that very moment that, do you think AI can get consciousness? Because that has been the question ever since ChatGPT and all the other AI models have launched. Scientists, governments, companies, everybody is discussing it. So please talk about what you told me that time, because that's something which is truly fascinating.
Yeah, so in the Buddhism, we believe about 4 births. So the first is the birth from the womb, mother's womb. Second, the birth from the eggs. Third, what we call in between moisture, warm with the right cause and condition, you can have consciousness like with the body.
So like bacteria, fungi, that kind?
Some of those. And number 4, what we call instant birth. So that instant birth is what we call whenever there is ready to host a consciousness. Consciousness can enter right away. So who knows, maybe ChatGPT or the AI has that cause and condition that can host the consciousness. Then may become consciousness. But right now, I think it's very far from that. Of course, I'm not expert in AI, but consciousness, we have to have the self-luminosity, the consciousness that the recognizing itself. Of course, the other luminosity you can train, you can give some mathematical thing with AI. So other luminosity means analyzing this is that. But the self-luminosity, I think, is really, really difficult. That's the key, one of the key point of the consciousness. So I'm still skeptical right now, but who knows in the future?
But I think the interesting part you talked about is instant birth. So when the right circumstances are created, instantly AI can get consciousness. And that is that point everybody is talking about. Ray Kurzweil, who gave a TED talk this year, spoke about singularity. And he said by 2030, we are expecting singularity. Similarly, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, has said that AGI, which is Advanced General Intelligence, is a few thousand days away. And even when I spoke to Yan Lucan, who's the chief scientist of AI at Meta, he also talked about it's matter of maybe a few years. So everybody is talking about AI coming now in the next few years and getting consciousness. But there is something else also which is happening, which is illusion of the metaverse. If you remember, next time when you came, you tried the Apple Vision Pro,
All right.
the entire headset. And in the Apple Vision Pro, you could literally transform into the illusion of being present in another world. Now, imagine AI and this illusion completely connecting and taking you in the world. What do you think is going to happen to humans in such a scenario?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know all these questions right now, and also what we call future is always change. Nobody can predict the future. There was when the Buddha was alive in India, somebody asked a question to Buddha, Bhagavan meaning the omniscient. You know everything. Please tell me about my future. And Buddha said, the future is always changing. Even the Bhagavans cannot always predict about the future. It could be anything, but about the illusion, in my meditative tradition, actually everything is illusion. So actually the mind is the most important phenomena in the universe. So everything is based on the mind, what we call. And now a lot of physics are talking about that, like what they call cosmic consciousness, because when they look at the particle, then eventually somehow it's related to the mind, the perceiver. So without perceiver, you cannot perceive anything. And it's kind of like whatever we judge, decide, whatever we, even when we measure, the perceiver look at the phenomena and changes. Things that not visible may become visible. Things that not certainly go right and left, whatever the thing may become fixed. So it's all depend on the consciousness. So yeah.
So do we believe of the multiverse, that there are, like, we cannot predict the future because there are a million futures? Is that what it is?
Yeah. So what we call universes. So in our tradition, we believe about could be here another universe, but we cannot see them because our perception is only appear with this universe. So maybe there's another universe this is ocean, who knows? Maybe another universe, this is a kitchen or bathroom. Or their body is very funny, who knows? So universe doesn't have beginning. You cannot see the end. And now when you look at the present moment in between past and future, when we look at the tiny in the present, we cannot find. So cannot find beginning, cannot find present, cannot find future. But then where all this universe comes from? Your own mind.
Mm.
So the beginning is in your mind, present is also in your mind, end is in your mind. So fundamental quality of the mind is everywhere and nowhere.
But they talk about consciousness is shared. So consciousness is not one. The consciousness in you and me and somebody listening to the podcast is the same. Is that a phenomenon?
Your consciousness, my consciousness, not the same, not the different. So when we look at the ultimate level, of course, there's no difference between your consciousness and my consciousness. But it's not one also. Because one and the different ultimate level is just concept. So the real true nature of ourselves is beyond concept. So maybe we've gone too far from the AI.
No, the real true nature is what we are talking about, AI, right? And just for an experiment purpose, we trained a small AI model with your data and your voice. We are using a tool called character.ai. Anybody can use it. And we created your version of the AI. So we will chat with your AI version
Yes.
to see what your AI can do. So I'm just going to put this on.
Okay. So I'm now learning from myself.
Rinpoche, do you want to ask yourself, your AI version, a question?
What is the self-luminosity of the mind?
The luminosity of the mind is the innate quality of the mind to be naturally luminous and aware, like the sun that is inherently bright. This luminosity is not separate from our mind. It is our natural state of being, like the sun always shining even when covered by clouds.
Not bad.
So now that you have interacted with a very, very basic version of your AI avatar, do you think it captures the essence? What do you feel is missing with the current AI version you have?
I think it's more with the general answer, and also it's more become like technical thing. And of course, in the meditative lineage, we have a lot of more profound, deep, simple practice. But here, in general, if we not go to detail, I think it's okay.
But people who are interacting with these AI bots are actually feeling joy, feeling happiness, feeling sadness. Recently, there was a kid who committed suicide because it fell in love with the AI chatbot. So, do you think that AI is becoming already so good at mimicking human emotions?
I think so. So AI really kind of like answer, which is for humans, we have to learn for 5 years about your personal whatever subject, right? But AI can give within few seconds. And I think danger now is the humans. We should not confuse the real person and AI. So this knowledge we need to develop among the human also, and how to interact with the AI, how we can use AI to learn to solve the problem.
So you said a very important thing to differentiate between real person and AI. And the difference, AI has the same knowledge and the wisdom as the real person. What AI does not have is the consciousness.
Yes.
But if AI
Self-awareness, self-luminosity. Yeah.
self-luminosity, but in your own belief that they could get with the instant birth.
Yes, could be. Can consciousness enter when the AI, whatever, they're ready to host consciousness, then can become like being possible.
Does it need to be a biological carbon based, or can it be even, because AI is not, it is basically silicon, or
Right.
it is not a human biological form.
I think we need what we call prana, bindu, nadi. So it has to have more like nature with some kind of biological transformation. I think that's what I think might need it.
So people who are now using these AI tools, they are all getting fascinated by which AI is able to mimic. In fact, there are deep fakes being created of everybody. And on the other side, people are wanting to detach from technology. We are talking about, being in the present moment, and not use all these artificial means to gain happiness. So, how can, could you guide us on how meditation and all these practices can be adopted in today's world, specifically when you have so much stimulus, external stimulus?
Yeah, so in the meditation tradition, I think I'm consider AI as like a monkey mind. So monkey mind meaning the mind the one talks. So there's an image, there's a voice, and there's sensation, and that's together. Like example, right now, when we think about the apple, there's an image of apple. Then the name. Then I like apple, I don't like apple, how much it costs, where should I get? blah, 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 yada, yada. That's what we call monkey mind. And that monkey mind is not bad, not good. It depends on the connection between you and the monkey mind. So if you and the monkey mind connection well, you should have monkey mind. Without monkey mind, it's difficult to function. But if the monkey mind become your boss, monkey mind is a little bit crazy and you become a little bit like crazy. If you fight with the monkey mind, if the monkey mind become your enemy, then you can find enemy everywhere. Wherever you go, there's not peace. So make friends with the monkey mind, but not monkey mind not become your boss, not become your enemy, just friend.
So you control AI and not let AI control you.
Yes.
That's
the key point.
That's the key point.
Yes.
But when it comes to controlling AI, there is a whole discussion around ethics. And because AI is being programmed by scientists and governments and regulators are getting involved. And now recently there was a spiritual version of Jesus created. And in a church and people were going and doing confession to Jesus. So creating AI version of spiritual leaders like yourself, do you think there is a risk of losing something sacred? People will just want to talk to your AI version only and not want to meet you when you come.
Of course, there's some element that may lose the, a lot of element of lose real value, but at the same time, you can learn and you can, especially cognitive level and some feeling level, you can learn a lot. But the most important is you have to aware this is AI Jesus or whatever. So having that in the mind and learning through that AI Jesus, I think it's good.
So you're saying that disclosing that this is AI is very important.
Yes.
If you don't tell people, they can get fooled.
Yeah. So if you knows the truth, what we call, knows the reality as it is, then that is a wisdom. It's okay. So you can get a lot of knowledge from there, but the real, what we call the lineage. So there is something like scientists talk about. Whatever we learn, 93% is based on non-verbal. It's just heart to heart. It's just human to human. That I think is difficult to learn from AI. So, but of course, there's 7% that we can learn a lot from the AI. That knowledge base, that tools that can help us.
So after AI, the next revolution is robotics. There is an estimate that the world will have 11 billion robots. Elon Musk, who's now one of the most powerful men in the world, is leading the charge. China is doing a lot of work on robotics. And they are saying that with humans having robots and AI together, you don't need to work. Most of the work will be done by AI. So how do you see society when people have no work and all work done by AI? What will be the purpose of life?
Yeah, I think that's the really difficult question now. So sometimes people need to find some kind of purpose. And most people, purpose is their life, the job, work. I do this, then I can get this, and then next I will this plan. So I think two issues may face is one, maybe some people no job and not living enough for living. Or maybe I did all the work and government share all the wealth to the people. Maybe the living is okay, maybe improve. But I don't know how mind will feel. Maybe lonely, maybe lose meaning. So for that, I think spiritual practice is really, really important for the future.
So, of course, when you came home, we did a small meditation together. It was a very, very powerful experience for me and everybody there. So, could you guide the listeners through a very short meditation focused on happiness? If somebody just has 2 minutes, to do meditation? What do they do? How can they do this?
So one formal meditation is the gratitude, appreciation. So maybe you can relax your body, the muscles in the body, and first feel the body. The maybe gravity, feel the gravity in the body, or maybe temperature, and just relax. And then begin to appreciate whatever happened in your life, up and down, whatever loss, but still you have life. Your life is still there. And appreciate that you have this wonderful mind. Though there's a monkey mind, there's up and down. All this up and down is just like cloud in the sky. The fundamental quality of the mind, the awareness, love and compassion, and the wisdom is like sky. And no matter what happens, that is with us all the time. So appreciate that. And appreciate that you have a roof on the top. You have some food that you can eat. You have some friends and family. So wonderful. And wish that may I be happy and the causes of happiness. And also wish that may my friends, family, society, all the people, all beings have happiness and the causes of happiness. Okay, now if you close your eyes, you can open your eyes and rest your mind for a few seconds. Okay.
This is incredible. I think this is the simplest way for anybody out there to incorporate happiness meditation in their daily life. And, thank you, Rinpoche, for this.
Most welcome.
Also, when I was thinking, the whole world to be happy, every being to be happy, I was also thinking that even AI should be happy. So coming back to the AI question, could AI guide people to do meditation or teach compassion? Or, do you think that this should always remain a human-to-human connection?
AI can teach concept of love and compassion, cognitive level, idea level. But then the real affect, real influence, like the lineage, is like contagious. That is might be difficult through the AI because the AI need to feel first. AI need to have love and compassion. Then the radiation is like COVID, So you get COVID, then other can get COVID. The COVID is the negative contagious. But this practice of meditation has positive contagious. So contagious of awareness, love and compassion, wisdom. I think it's very difficult to get just AI alone.
Yeah. There are many people who fake happiness. In office, you find somebody very happy, and in, your workplace or in your society, and then you suddenly see that they have committed suicide, or they have committed some crime, or they have done something very bad. So humans are very good at faking happiness or faking that they are good. Could AI also become so good at it?
I think so. Now sometimes AI faking, Yes, sir. I'm really be your friend at your service, like really caring.
And the humans who are faking happiness, why are they trying to fake happiness when they are not happy really?
I think now the happiness discussion is a lot, everybody talking about happiness. But maybe you have this imaginative happiness. Maybe I need to show other people I'm happy. But the deeper level happiness, maybe you don't have. So then there's might be conflicts within yourself. sometimes. That's possible. Not just in the workplace, even in the meditation center, people try to meditate and then what we call the fake smile. Welcome. But actually not really authentic smile.
So, as humans, we are also very good at faking something or being authentic at something. So, this human quality of seeking happiness is now going to another level where everybody wants to live forever. Everybody wants to live 100 years, 150 years, and lot of science is working around the science of longevity. Do you see a connection between long life and happiness?
Yes, depends. Some people live long without happy, also possible. Some people live long with happy, is possible. The most important is your inner development. In my hometown, like when I was young, the local people, they kind of like retire when they have become 50 somewhere. It's like their children grown up and all the work for farm, nomad, the children does. Then what they do spiritual practice. They do meditation, they do pray, they have prayer wheel in the hand, one hand mala. And they constantly connecting with the awareness, compassion, and they're very happy, full of smile. And they find really meaningful purpose to continue to live long. So that's really nice. Then I went to the West. People retire after 60 or 65 years old. Not happy. Health is good, material good, but lonely, sad, depressed. And also big problem. Of course, some of them are very happy. Some of them appreciate what they have. But some is worse than in my hometown,
So, you talked about joy comes from connection. Either connect with spirituality or connect with your community. Do you think technology can help people connect more? Is there a role of technology in that?
Like Facebook, connecting with each other, or social media things, that can help. Like I have WhatsApp, so I want to send message to my friend. Oh, we can discuss. Even I share pictures from the mountain and send to them. So that is possible. Of course, technology enhance. But then if too much with the technology without really human-to-human connection, then I think we lost a lot.
Yeah, you saw the latest AI glasses where you can take videos, and I shared with you instantly the photograph. So the technology is trying to enter every part of the human body.
Yes.
On this point of technology living longer, what is your advice for people who are currently in the rat race, who are currently trying to work too much, exercise too much, and they are all trying to seek happiness by thinking that it is the physical or the material things who can make them happy? How do they change their mindset?
One thing is you have to do experiment. Maybe you try to practice loving kindness, compassion, see the connection with the friends, the family, helping, try to do social work, practice a little bit meditation. So once you get taste, then of course, even though you're still lazy, because we have a lot of habit, the seed is already established. Then we will have what we call try a little bit at the beginning. And then slowly you will get them. You will enter the real journey.
That's very important for people to be open to trying and experimenting new things.
Yes.
And I think even within the world of happiness and meditation, there are so many different ways, right? There are so many different kinds of meditation, so many different kinds of mindfulness techniques. Is there any particular way people should look at? Because people are confused. It is like the supermarket for mindfulness today.
Normally, what I call, there are two types of meditation. So one is the object-based meditation. One is the subject-based meditation. What is object-based meditation? Is object is important. For example, if you watch the breath, Let go of the past. Let go of the future. Be here and now with the breathing. And the breathing, present with the breathing is important. If these monkey mind, bala bala bala, yada yada comes, don't let distract by them. Stay with the breathing. So then different object, maybe sensation, maybe sound, visual object, mantra. So object is important. Another type of meditation is what we call subject is important, meaning awareness. Like I particularly follow the subject-oriented meditation. So first we have the recognition, introduction of the awareness, the fundamental quality of the mind. So fundamental quality of the mind is the lucidity, self-luminosity, right? So we recognize that. Then object doesn't matter. So we can take any object as a part of a meditation. Plus, no need to have object also sometimes. What we call objectless present, objectless meditation. It's like lamp illuminate itself, flame, you know. So in order to see flame, you don't have to use flashlight. If you want to see the watch, you need another light. So there's two things. Do. But flame is the light. So no need two things. So that is the very important meditation, that just one thing actually, awareness. Though you can aware of form, sound, smell, taste, sensation, thought, emotion, feeling happy or jealous, whatever style out there, but the key point is the awareness. If you lose that, then all this technique is just branch. So you may lose in the branch, but the key point is back to awareness itself.
So if Elon Musk calls you and asks your help and says, Rinpoche, help me make this AI conscious, what will be your advice to him?
To make AI become conscious, you mean?
Yeah, if Elon Musk calls you and says, please help me.
I think we need to look about the prana, bindu, nadi. So in order to host the mind, there's special bindu like nerves, the consciousness. So normally what we call the most important place is the brain and the heart. So these two places, and entire body, the nerves. And then bindu, the cells, the special cells connecting with the mind. Then the prana is energy. So really need to think about this prana, bindu, nadi, then it can host the consciousness. I don't know.
So he already has a company called Neuralink, where they are implanting the sensors in the brain, and they are helping people with all kinds of disorders already operate. So you never know. I mean,
Who knows?
maybe we will soon have a brain ready to host the billions of AI consciousness. Also, as we end this podcast, I like to take your guidance and wisdom to tell people what could be a happiness code. Today, everybody wants to know what are the 2 steps, 3 steps. So if we have to say the code for happiness, so what could be the happiness code?
It's appreciation, gratitude, and appreciate about qualities within yourself. For example, we all have awareness, love and compassion, wisdom. See that with around people, others, about the world. So appreciation is really key point for the happiness. And like normally what we call, if we have 10 qualities, 1 negative, 9 positive. Normally we only look at the 1 negative one and exaggerate. So actually we ignore 9 good qualities within us. So once we discover that within us, that already have with you, then almost like it's become activated. Like SIM card there, but you have to activate, right? These good qualities almost like not active in you, but when you recognize, when you appreciate it, it will be active. So you become real happy.
That's truly remarkable. So appreciation, gratitude, being thankful is truly the code for happiness.
Yes.
And while today AI can do all of this, but it is faking it. It's not true appreciation or true happiness. But as humans, we all have the ability to thank, to appreciate. So I want to do the same to you, Rinpoche. I want to thank you and appreciate and give full gratitude to you to come and give us your guidance and blessing. And I think in this world where there is so much disruption happening with technology, the simple code of appreciation and gratitude can guide a lot of people.
Yes.
Thank you, Rinpoche, for your time, your wisdom, your joy. And thanks everyone for listening to this. Let's remember that happiness is not something we can find externally. You can cultivate it internally by appreciation, by gratitude, and by having the human connection.
Yes.
So once again, thanks a lot for being on The Awakening Code by Vishal Gondal. I truly appreciate your time and your wisdom. Thank
Most
you,
welcome.
Rinpoche.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm really appreciate also to be here.
Thank you.